Ready to make a difference by starting an NGO? In this video, we'll guide you through the key steps, from shaping your vision to launching effective fundraising strategies. Welcome to Funds for NGOs. Let's get started on your journey to creating a powerful and impactful organization. Understanding NGOs. Over recent decades, NGOs have become increasingly recognized as the third pillar of development, providing vital social, economic, and environmental services to marginalized communities. Globally, NGOs have emerged as key players in policy reforms and have effectively operated in areas where governments and private sectors have struggled. NGOs are crucial in advancing social agendas at both national and international levels. They implement grassroots programs, advocate for social policies, and address issues affecting the poorest segments of society. Their work spans various areas, including international affairs, environmental protection, healthcare, women's empowerment, and economic development. The growth of NGOs has been remarkable, with around 1.5 million NGOs in the United States and approximately 3 million in India. Their ability to engage local communities and deliver impactful projects has earned them support from large international organizations. To help you grasp the essentials of NGOs, this chapter is divided into 3 sections: an introduction to the meaning of NGOs, an exploration of their key functions, and a discussion on the core principles guiding their work. Firstly, what is an NGO? The term non-governmental organizations, NGOs, was coined in 1945 during a United Nations conference to distinguish these groups from intergovernmental and member organizations. However, NGOs existed long before this, with many actively opposing slavery, racism, and advocating for women's suffrage in the late 18th century. NGOs are independent organizations not affiliated with governments or private companies. They are also known as nonprofit, voluntary, or charitable organizations, depending on the country. Despite the wide range of activities and structures, defining NGOs can be challenging. The World Bank defines NGOs as private organizations that work to relieve suffering, promote the interests of the poor, protect the environment, provide basic social services, or support community development. The United Nations defines NGOs as nonprofit voluntary citizen groups organized locally, nationally, or internationally to address issues for the public good. The second section includes key features of NGOs. An NGO is a nonprofit organization focused on addressing social issues to promote public welfare. Key features include nonprofit. NGOs do not aim for personal profit. Any revenue generated is used to further their activities. Social values. NGOs work towards social causes, aiming to improve the lives of disadvantaged people. Voluntary. NGOs are formed voluntarily by individuals without legal requirements for their creation. Legally registered. NGOs must be legally registered according to the country's laws. Independent. NGOs operate independently from government or private sector control. Non-criminal. NGOs must avoid engaging in antisocial or criminal activities. In summary, an NGO is a legally constituted, voluntarily formed organization that operates independently to promote social welfare. The third section is types of NGOs. NGOs are classified into different categories based on their activities and orientations. Activity-based classification. 1. Operational NGOs. These NGOs are directly involved in the implementation of development projects. They focus on delivering tangible outcomes through various activities, which can vary in scope. Operational NGOs are further divided into community-based organizations, CBOs. These organizations operate within small localized areas, often focusing on specific community needs. National organizations. These NGOs work within a single country, addressing national issues and engaging with local communities on a broader scale. International organizations. Operating across multiple countries, these NGOs tackle global issues and collaborate with international entities to implement large-scale projects. 2. Advocacy NGOs. Advocacy NGOs are primarily concerned with promoting policy changes related to specific causes. They use various methods such as demonstrations, rallies, and public awareness campaigns to influence policy decisions and raise awareness about their cause. Orientation-based classification. 1. Charitable NGOs. These NGOs typically follow a top-down approach, where projects are planned and executed with minimal input from the communities they serve. Their primary goal is to provide aid and assistance to the weaker sections of society without necessarily involving them in the decision-making process. 2. Service NGOs. Service-oriented NGOs provide essential services to the public, such as healthcare, education, and family planning. Their activities are aligned with the specific goals of the organization, and they work directly with communities to meet their needs. 3. Participatory NGOs. These NGOs adopt a bottom-up approach, involving local communities in the planning and implementation of projects. Community members contribute resources such as cash, tools, land, materials, or labor, ensuring that the projects reflect the needs and priorities of the people they serve. 4. Empowering NGOs. Empowering NGOs focus on building the capacity of marginalized communities by raising awareness and developing their skills. These organizations work to ensure that communities can advocate for their rights and take charge of their own development. Sector-based classification. 1. Health NGOs. Health NGOs focus on improving public health through activities like health awareness campaigns, medical camps, distribution of medicines, and advocacy on health-related issues. 2. Environmental NGOs. These NGOs are dedicated to environmental protection and conservation. Their activities range from awareness campaigns and plantation drives to participating in climate change negotiations and other environmental advocacy efforts. 3. Educational NGOs. Educational NGOs work to improve access to education and skill development. They may provide schooling, vocational training, and educational resources to communities that lack these essential services. Most smaller NGOs engage in multiple activities, often spanning various sectors such as advocacy, empowerment, and service delivery. This multifaceted approach makes it challenging to categorize them under a single classification. Next steps. In our upcoming videos, we'll dive deeper into each aspect of building a successful NGO. From choosing the right structure to understanding legal requirements, managing projects, and scaling your impact, we'll guide you every step of the way. Thank you for watching. If you're serious about starting an NGO, be sure to subscribe and stay tuned for the next video in our series. Together, we can make a difference and create a lasting impact.